Hello everybody. Wow. This is supposed to be a leadership talk and I feel I know nothing about leadership. So instead I will be talking about insecurities. I know a lot about that. Actually, I was very fortunate when I grew up. I had parents who deeply cared for me, who took care and who raised me in the strong beliefs that whatever may go wrong is not a problem at all. We will take care of that. We will solve that. We will find a solution. You can always come to us. And this is something I'm deeply thankful for. So thank you, Mom and Dad. But I will come back to it where it turns out to be scary. This morning, when I woke up an hour earlier than my alarm clock. You know, in a conference like this, if you only have a limited amount of sleep, being awake an hour early. I had this anxiety attack about, ooh, what am I going to say? Yeah? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not interesting enough? Not smart enough, not creative enough, not an inspiring enough speaker to be here. You know these voices? You hear them sometimes? I hear them, I promise. When it comes to work, I have always known that I want to be an entrepreneur. Well, maybe not at the age of 5 and maybe not at the age of 15, but pretty soon throughout my studies and when joining AIESEC, I knew that was the kind of work I wanted. I knew how I wanted to work and why. And I had this huge vision about a company. I don't have any clue what they are doing, but I knew how they would work. I knew how people would collaborate and ideas would thrive and would be creative and completely free and random at times, and just the best experience I could have ever had. So basically, AIESEC for grown-ups. Well, today I'm a freelancer, so I made a move into this direction, but I still hear these voices. I still fear. Being a freelancer, not being in the corporate sector, is somehow scary, but on the other hand, I'm not really risking so much. Yes, I do not have a retirement plan, and since I turned 30, this might be a problem. But who cares? Having your own company, founding something, this is risky, this is huge, this is so complicated that I don't even know how to get started. When it comes to love, that's the same thing. It's the same thing with those insecurities. What if I'm loving more than I'm being loved in return? What if I risk more than the other person? What if I hurt more? If I'm all in and he's not? Scary. Insecurities all over. And now you know why I so deeply wish for somebody who tells me, we will all figure it out, don't worry. Go, do, try, and if you fail, I will make sure it's all good. That would be so awesome. Yeah. If I could have a wish, besides having a decent amount of money to finance all my dreams, that would be the next, or maybe even the more awesome thing. To be sure that whatever happens, somebody's going to take care of it and make it all right again. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for raising me with this wish. So now I have to step up and put the same trust in myself that I used to be able to put into somebody else. And this is not really easy. And this doesn't really feel comfortable. And we've heard this before, that wherever it gets scary and uncomfortable, and where you start rubbing your hands, the anxiety kicks in. Yeah? That's where things happen. That's where development happens. Honestly, I don't believe this to be true for everything. Taking a bath in boiling water, that's uncomfortable too. But when it comes to personal development, I strongly believe that this is the only way where I can grow. I figured out for myself that there are two ways to help me. Either I start making things certain. I go and pick a clear career path. And there's nothing wrong with working in a corporation. It just doesn't feel right for me. But yes, I do envy my friends who have this clear career path, who know for sure what's going to come next year and the year after. This must feel great. Or in a relationship. Freedom is one of my core values, and I still find myself to try to make things certain, to make it reliable, to be sure that it's still there, that it sustains. To help me in the feeling that I'm investing in a relationship that may or may not work out. Or I simply say, so what? This is scary, and it's okay. It scares me, and it is okay. And I need to find the next step, and the only thing that I have to guide me in this is my gut feeling. So I might need to follow that. You see, I consider myself to be a pretty smart woman. And with, you know, the two sides of the brain, I think my brain works similar, but a little different. I have this one side that knows this all perfectly well, that has it all together, that understands the logic behind everything I'm saying. And then this other part with those tiny little voices kicks in. And how scary, by the way, is that, to hear voices? But I hear them. I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, this will not work. Maybe I'm too lazy. They're there, they don't disappear. Unfortunately, they do not disappear. And there's this quote from Theodore Roosevelt, which I will shorten a little bit. And he says, it's not the critic who counts, but the man in the arena who errs and comes short again and again, and who, in the end, at its best, might achieve the triumph. Or, if he fails, at least fails, while daring greatly. So this is a promise I'm making to myself, beside all these insecurities. I'm daring greatly. So let me conclude with two messages for you. Good news and bad news. Bad news first. I turned 30 this year. And when I was still in AIESEC, when I was still a student, I thought at one point I will have it all figured out and this will stop. Bad news is, it doesn't stop. I actually come to believe that it will never stop. It might not even stop when I'm 40 or 50 or 80. There will always be these crazy voices, and there will always be the need and the urge to do and go out despite them. So there will always be this clash. Shit for you, sorry. But there's also the good news. And this is why I talk to you and what I want you to know. Because a lot of times I'm humbled, but I also make myself to feel little when I see others. Others who are supposedly better in this, or more inspired, or have it more figured out. That's not the case. You are not alone. We are all in this together. Thank you.
Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.